changed. Hello everyone, I am your Immortal Afro and welcome to Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche again. Niche? Don't you mean great? Why, of course. Back when gaming was more of a niche activity, it was at its greatest in my opinion. Here we are in the 9th generation of gaming, and I couldn't be more unenthusiastic about future prospects of my favorite hobby. The feeling that I'm supposed to be having is one of wonder and excitement over what new gaming experiences are going to be in the works. Instead, I find myself thinking about questions like, oh wow, that game looks interesting. I wonder how EA is going to fuck it up. The game needs to connect online in order to work offline? What kind of diametric bullshit is this? Toning down an M-rated game. For who? Kids? It's rated M for mature. Alright, what's today's welcome message going to be about? Race? Gender? Women? Oh, all the above. How did I not know that? Yeah, definitely the things to think about when it comes to gaming. You know, more and more often I find myself reminiscing about the past. The good old days, when games just worked and were just entertaining. And that's when I understood something. The gaming industry isn't dying. It's already dead. Checked out all the way back in 7th gen. Back in 6th gen, which was the best generation in my opinion, creative freedom was seemingly the primary focus, as well as a strong emphasis on quality. Why? Well, I imagine that quality testing was a lot more important during a time where you couldn't fix your game post-release. No internet. I believe it's now time to re-establish a familiar standard in today's gaming culture, and this goes far beyond just the games themselves. The entire culture needs to be re-evaluated. The games, the media, the review process, the development process, and so on and so forth. Certain aspects of today's way of doing things need to be rejected outright and replaced with a more fundamental foundation built on values that actually promote creativity, not discourage it. Which brings me back to my totally original slogan, make gaming niche again. As I said before, I believe gaming was at its best when it was a more niche activity. Now that it's gone mainstream, a large number of, let's say, undesirables have made themselves comfortable in what was once a very enjoyable hobby. A very valuable lesson in my opinion, why you shouldn't always open the door when someone comes knocking. Luckily for us, gaming is a very resilient medium. Despite all of the unfortunate circumstances we find within the industry nowadays, there are more than enough positive influences making waves throughout the community. I just believe it's time I highlight their achievements and appertain them as the standard by which the industry should be held, starting with two key components. Game reviews. Game reviews are important, but what's more important is how they're reviewed. We've all seen our fair share of how video game journalists review games, but perhaps it's time to add a few stipulations to that responsibility. What I want to focus on is time spent playing, who plays what, for how long, and how much of the game is completed before a review is published. Short answer, papers please. As I work my way into reviewing games, I want to provide more information such as time spent playing, achievements unlocked, number of times completed, etc., etc. More details on Immortal Afro Gaming's review format will be released in next week's video. Secondly, an emphasis on a game's overall value. Quick question. Of the three main juggernauts, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, which of them are able to sell 10-plus-year-old games for damn near full price? Nintendo. And of the three, which of these brands seems to, for the most part, march to the beat of their own drum? Again, Nintendo. Despite the criticism Nintendo gets for how they do certain things, the company has remained largely successful over all of these years. Perhaps there's a method to the madness. Nintendo's ability to consistently produce high-quality products that hardly ever seem to drop in value are definitely worth noting in regards to raising overall standards for the entire industry. I've mentioned before in previous videos how I'm not particularly sold on the whole digital future of gaming. In my opinion, the over-reliance of online integration has greatly hindered a large portion of the gaming industry's developmental process, causing games to release buggy, incomplete, or straight up dependent on the internet connection in order to function properly offline. It's pretty funny considering how that was never an issue in previous generations. Now, of course, there are many benefits to online, but I believe how a company takes advantage of this resource should come into consideration when it involves a product that they are developing. Ladies and gentlemen, gaming is a luxury, and I want to make sure it remains luxurious. So this channel is going to be dedicated to ensuring a higher standard for our favorite hobby. If you wish to join me on this endeavor, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. There is also an official Immortal Afro Gaming Discord where you can join and hang out, submit video requests, or tell me to stop slacking on the uploads. Sorry, Cross. That'll do for today's video. I am your Immortal Afro Josh, and I'll see you on the next upload. Peace.